Focusing your attention at the sun center, the point between the eyes. Turn the head to the left and exhale twice. Bring the head back to the center. Use the sipping breath, inhaling as if through a straw. Pull the energy from the limbs to the trunk. Gently, evenly, pull the energy from the trunk to the spinal column. From the base of the spine, pull the energy up to the sun center. Move that energy in front of you as a golden ball of light. Sweep around to the left, behind the body and in front, encasing your being in golden light. Do this 2 more times. And now ascend upward. Ascend upward as high as you are able, above the room, above the planet. Ascend to the high place. Riding on the waves of the mantra, ascend, ascend, ascend. Finding yourself in the high place. The high place of meditation. At this moment, call upon your Ishtadevata, upon all the powers that be, to be with you. Call in your own words. Most beloved Lord of light, be with us. Pour forth thy light upon us. Remove the thumb from the eye. Pour forth thy light upon us, most beloved Lord of light, that we might see clearly. In the high place, you see in front of you a path. It is for you alone. You ascend upward on the path. It is leading to the shrine of karma healing. Ascend. Ascend. The path is filled with light. The trees, the crystals, the flowers, the birds, all calling you forth. You reach the most beautiful clearing. The lights are brilliant around you. You feel and see the beams of light radiating forth, the crystals radiating forth, the earth, the sun, the sky, the stars radiating forth to bless you. All of your helpers are here at this moment. As you enter the entrance to this beautiful shrine, light is pouring upon you. Entering the entrance, walk towards the back of the entrance. Walk through the light. Walk to the stream of waterfall of light pouring down from the high realms. Stand beneath this brilliant healing light pouring down from the high place. Om Aim Om Hrim Om Klim Om Hum Om Shim 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 Hashim 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 Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Aim Om Hrim Om Klim Om Aim Om Hrim Om Klim Om Gum 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 Om Gum 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 Gum. Feel the light pouring down upon your crown center. Feel all of the difficult karmas, all of the challenging karmas loosening from your being, loosening from your bodies, and washing away, letting go. Om Hrim 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 Om Klim 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 Om Shim 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 Om Hishim Om Hishim Om Hishim Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Gum Om Gum Om Gum Om Aim Om Aim Om Aim Om Gam 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 Feel the light filling your bodies, all of the gray and the darkness dissolving away, loosening, shaking free, all of the difficult angular energies transforming at this moment. Light pours forth upon your being, filling the spaces left, shaking free the old, dissolving away the old, filling with light. Breathe in the light. Fill your being with the light. When you are ready, walk forth from the light. Feel your body walking a slight amount above the ground, levitating. Walk through the shrine, breathing in all of the colors, feeling the beauty, seeing the beauty. Walk to the entrance of the shrine and sit in the entrance. From this high place, gazing out with your third eye, filled with light. Watch the mind's eye. The most beautiful form of life, the most beautiful form of life arises in your mind. The object that at this moment is most beautiful to you arises in the mind. See it grow in front of your mind's eye as you sit in the high place. It grows till all you see is this object of beauty. All you see with your third eye is the beauty. Breathe in the smell of the object of beauty. Breathe in its presence. Inhale the beauty. Now see that form of beauty surrounded by a circle of light. As you breathe that form of beauty, and the circle becomes smaller and smaller until it becomes a tiny bindu, a dot. The form of beauty is a dot within a circle. Draw it closer to your mind's eye, making it ever smaller. Inhaling that bindu, the light with the beauty, moves to your sun center. Inhaling again, bring it to the sun center. Bring that beauty within your sun center. Feel that bindu dissolving down your spinal column. The golden light of that beauty bindu dissolving down your spine. Radiating forth into all of the cells of your being. As you breathe, you are the beauty. As that bindu radiates into every cell of your being, it radiates out, surrounding your aura, filling your aura, so that your entire aura is filled with this bindu of beauty. You are vivified and protected here. And from this high place, you can see that which needs to be seen. Know that which needs to be known. Find santosha. And when you are ready, holding that beauty within your being, return from the entrance of the shrine to your high place of meditation. Continue to hold this feeling. Om Shanti. Om. 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 Dhyana Mulam Guru Murti. Puja Mulam Guru Padam. Mantra Mulam Guru Vakyam. Moksha Mulam Guru Kripa. Namaste. Hold that feeling state of beauty in your mind's eye. Remember it. Hold that feeling state of healing, that sacred shrine in which you may go to pour forth light upon your being. All of us are born into this earth plane with karmas. Karma exists in all planes of existence, all realms of existence. But the karmas that are manifested, that are created in this earth plane must be fulfilled in this earth plane. In each incarnation, we come with karma. And a beautiful soul wrote to me recently saying, I don't understand this karma. Is it God's will? What is it? Help me to understand. And then he said, oh, don't worry about it. You should never do that. What is karma? It is the law of cause and effect. The law of karma says that you, not this mind, body, personality, not this thumb, not the ego self, you and you alone, the soul, the spirit that thou art, has created the karma which has brought you to this earth realm so that you might return again to understand the nature of that which thou art. We entered into the realm of the earth plane many, 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 many eons ago. And we come here not as the children of God, but as the brothers, sisters, if you will, of God, entering into his garden, saying, may we come and have the blessings of your garden. And then we kind of mess it up a little bit sometimes. I'm not so sure that the divine has such immense patience with us. But there is a thought that has entered this earth plane in many, many, many ways that says that the divine, that God, if you will, is a master puppeteer, that it is God's will what happens to you in this lifetime. And that is an error in thinking. And in a sense, it cripples us because we blame it on God. We have to beg, we have to find a way to befriend God. Now, in yogic terms, we say we must befriend life. But to know and to recognize the principle of aham brahmasmi, I am the creative principle, is an enormous change in one's life consciousness. It allows one to say, oh, I did that. Thus, I can create a solution. I can not create, draw to me a solution. Many years ago, sitting at the feet of my guru, I was telling a story. And he was in the ashram with his guru. And his guru said to him one day, in a very scorpionic way, you know, Pranananda, God is powerless. Well, I was right at the foot of my guru, and I was shocked. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? God is powerless. My mind literally vibrated with shock. And Kriya looked down at me and kind of winked and nodded like, yeah, his mind had vibrated with shock too. And then Shaliji said, but when you turn to the divine, you turn to God. The power is unfathomable, unmeasurable, great. You must be the one that turns. You are the one that turns. Thus, when we say that God is powerless, all must emanate forth first from you. And when it emanates from you, then life will bless you, then the divine will bless you. Now, we began this morning with a very special ritual to dissolve away the karmas, difficult karmas. But we are all born with keep the right eye open, close the left eye. We are all born with a thumb in the eye karma. Now, I put this thumb in the eye and I can't see a thing. Can't see myself, can't see you, can't see anything. If you go outside, do this, because I think it's a very important spiritual thing to do every once in a while. Take the thumb, go outside, shut the right eye. Well, I'll be darned, the right eye, the left eye can get blinded. Shut this eye can get blinded. By this tiny little thumb, blinds out the sun, blinds out all of life. And so we have to say, what is the symbol? The thumb. The thumb blinds out the sun. The sun is your balanced self-conscious awareness. And the thumb, my beloved, is your ego self. The ego, the thumb that blocks your mind. The thumb that blocks, your mind is not correct. It blocks your awareness. It blocks your ability to see. Your ego self, your biases, your prejudices, your preferences. We become enmeshed in the world in which we live. All of these things that surround us, that all have their vibration, they all have their energy, they all have their thoughts attached to each form. We become blinded by that because of our ego self. We become blinded because we prefer things. We want something one way or the other. Oh, I'd rather that the flowers were blue today or indigo today, like they were on the other side last night. I'd rather that the sun was shining, or I'd like it 2 degrees cooler. Or like the wonderful diplomat from the United Kingdom said so many decades ago, the only problem with Americans is they want every part of their body to be cool at the same time, or every part of their body to be warm at the same time. That's quite a saying, isn't it? It's true. We feel that everything should be exactly as we want it to be in any given time. And so we have this karma, which is really comprised of our biases and our prejudices and our attitudes and our reactions to what's happening in our lives. But there is a piece of karma that we're all born with. And that is the karma, which is an inability to see. We can't see. We all have a piece of karma which prevents us from seeing one thing or the other. Seeing that which needs to be seen. It can be cultural karma, it can be group karma, it can be family karma. And how do we begin to overcome that? It is said that it's very difficult to overcome in one's life in this incarnation, but we can begin. You can begin by looking at, I wonder what my preferences are. Oh, I prefer my tea to be very, very, very warm when I drink it, or very, very cold when I drink it. Maybe I should have tepid tea. Even the thought of it sounds icky to me, but it's a practice, it's a sadhana. Maybe I should have tepid tea and not complain about it with my mouth and not complain about it with my mind, but just simply enjoy the tea. Now, I know some of you were thinking, oh, she's nuts, that's crazy. Why, what talking about removing your biases and prejudices? Why would you waste your time on tea? Because really, the yogic practices, the yogic principles, it's all very small changes. It's all very small changes. If I can find joy in having that tea when it's not the temperature that I want, if I can find joy in being in a place when my body is warmer than I prefer or colder than I prefer. Slowly, 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 I demagnetize the preferences. Slowly, 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 you demagnetize the preferences. There's a yoga practice that's very helpful to do during the course of the day as you eat. And that is to take a small amount of food when you sit down to a meal. And you have your plate and you take a small amount, everything on the plate, and you put it to the side. So you're making a miniature version of your meal, if you will. You know, you have blueberries and broccoli and rice, and you place blueberries and broccoli and rice up at the top. And you do this offering your food for the others, all of the others, any others who might be blessed by the food. A student told me recently how appalled he was by that thought, but then he practiced it. Something happens. But what happens when you do this? Your preference is, I made this food. I would like to have this food for myself. But by taking a part of it and giving it to the other, I'm saying, oh, they need to eat too. The other needs to be fed also. Let me feed the other as I am feeding myself. And then the biases and prejudices begin to break down. Somebody asked me, well, what do I do with this food that I have left? I don't want to waste it. I said, you're not wasting it. You said, set it aside for the others. It's not just setting it aside for human consumption. There are many others. You're saying, I'm offering this that you may be fed. You put it in your recycle bin as you need to when you're finished with it. It's not waste. It is a spiritual recognition. Yes, there are others here besides me. Whatever me is, whatever this is, this thumb that blocks my self-awareness. Now, as we move to soften the karma, as we move to free ourselves of the confinement of the karma, of the confinement of our biases and our prejudices, of which there are many. I know you do a little tarka, a little reflection, and you will find your biases and prejudices. Oh my goodness, your preferences, if you will. The mind is a creature of creation and likes to, oh yes, I like this. Oh no, not so much that. Oh yes, this. Oh, give me a good book. Give me a good book. And then even in the good books, it's like, well, I like this one better than this one, or oh, isn't that paper wonderful on that book? I don't like the way that feels. Really, the mind is a creature of creation. So what is to be done? What else is to be done? Cultivate patience. Cultivate patience. You know, we have a great blessing here on the earth plane, and that blessing is Saturn, which is a state of consciousness, if you will, a force field, if you will, where there is a delay factor. And the delay factor on the earth plane is very much of a blessing because, you know, if you're in a dream state, if you're in the astral, when you think a thought, the change occurs. If you're here, you think a thought, oh, well, then it's not just thinking a thought. There's a time lag between the thinking of the thought and the action, which is an enormous blessing. It allows you to, oh, maybe I need to alter that. Oh, maybe that's not so wise at this time. Very, very big blessing. But with that comes a sense of sometimes impatience. And we have begun our entry into a new time realm. Started about 12 years ago. And you see it If you look back and see the creation of the smartphone for the first time, I guess that's more than 12 years now. It's probably 14 years now that that's happened. And then you see the creation of these tablets. And you see this is how the world has changed massively in ways that have gone much, much faster than you realize, unless you step back and say, oh, yeah, I couldn't talk to all of them like this by pushing a button that long ago. No, it had to be recorded, or we had to be in person. It couldn't be so sudden. That's going to accelerate. It's going to accelerate as the Pluto moves into Aquarius. This will accelerate this changing in our consciousness, shifting in our consciousness, moving in our consciousness to a more virtual experience. What does that mean? Why, it means that you become impatient very easily. You know, you can switch the channel, get what you want. You can move up, move down, move sideways, whatever, and get what you want. And the mind has started to crumble. And we don't want that. You don't want the mind to crumble. And you don't want the mind to be too easily influenced. The biggest thing to realize is that as you are impatient, others can influence you. Why would you want that? Why would you want them to be able to manipulate you? Manipulate you into leading your life in a way that is not in your best interest. For you must work to see how you should be living your life, not how I think you should live your life. And heaven's not how you think I should live my life or how you think I am living my life. I don't want that. I want you to be free to live your life, the wisest, the most harmonious for you, the best way for you. Cultivating patience is one thing. And so what do? You stop, you breathe. Oh. There's a wonderful practice. Get yourself a little book. They have a lot of wonderful miniature editions now of poetry, the I Ching, not the I Ching. I'm sorry, my mind. Zen Flesh, Zen Bones, a number of sacred texts, the Gita, very small edition. Kriyananda has a beautiful Son of God, a version of the Bhagavad Gita that's about like this, small enough to fit in your purse or your backpack, And when you are waiting, when you are in the in-between moments, pick it up, take it out of your pack, study. Make little cards of the alphabet in another language or words in another language. Carry them in your packet, your pocket, your pack, whatever. In between things, study. Even better yet, in between things, do loving kindness practice. Everyone around you, may you be mentally happy. May you be physically happy. May you be safe. May you have ease of well-being. No rush. No rush. It's all gone. You're doing something in the space which the impatience grows. And so begin that today. What can you do that will bring you joy in those in-between moments, so that when the impatience comes, you can let it dissolve away. You can let it dissolve away. Now, the greatest practice, the greatest thing that one can do. Greatest is not a good adjective. Have to be careful of those adjectives. One of the most effective ways, and in Kriya, the most effective way, that we can transform our consciousness so that we're not manipulated by others. We're not battered by the winds as they come and they go, is to meditate. Once upon a time, there was a young man, and his guru had said to him, meditate, 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 meditate. Asha was the boy's name. Asha goes off, sits down, gets up. Guruji, 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 I can't stand this meditation stuff. It is making me crazy. I think about this, I think about that, I think about the other thing. I can't do it. Asha, it's all right. Go back again, try, When a thought comes in your mind, you say neti, neti, neti. I'm not this thought, I'm not thinking this thought, I'm not thought. Asha goes back. Neti, neti, neti. Neti, neti, neti. Neti, neti, neti. Neti, neti, neti. Oh no. Asha gets up, goes back to the guru and says, it doesn't work. I'm sorry, I'm neti, neti, netting all the way across. Well, for you, Asha, I think I have something else. Asha, what do you love the most in this world? What do you love more than anything in this world? Well, that's easy. My cow. I love my cow more than anyone, more than anything in the world. Okay? You go meditate. Go meditate on your cow. Go meditate on your cow. Asha goes back very happy, Oh, I'm going to think about my cow. Sits down in his meditation seat. An hour goes by. Sunset. Sunrise. Asha, what are you doing in there? Meditating, Guruji. Another sunset. Another sunrise. Asha, what are you doing in there? Meditating, Guruji. Another sunset. Another sunrise. Asha, it's time to come out. You can stop meditating at this moment. Guruji, I can't get through the door. My horns are too big. Asha had become one with his most beloved cow. Become one with that which you love most in the world. The Guru expanded the door, and Asha came out with the face of his cow, merged with his face, with the form of his cow, the beauty, the love of his cow, enveloping him. He had allowed himself to become one with that which he loved more than anything. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Your mind becomes confused. Meditate. Meditate on that which is the most beautiful to you. It's simple. Earlier we meditated upon the form of life that was most beautiful. Become one with that which you love the most in life. In Kriya, we would say become one with your Ishtadevata. Become your Ishtadevata. Become one with, sukur unto, so that you are one. But truly, it matters not if it is your cow that you love the most, if it is your car that you love the most. Become one with that which you love the most. And I don't mean that which you lust after, that which you desire, but that which you truly, truly love. Use this as a way to begin to befriend life. We need to befriend life. Meditate upon that which you love the most, and thou will become that which you love the most. And the thumb that blocks the sun will be removed and placed down with the others, placed to hold the sweetness of life, to pick up the sweetness, or placed to be used as the blessing mudra and not as the blocking mudra. Be thou blessed. Be thou blessed. Thou art blessed. Truly thou art blessed. Become an ever greater blessing unto all of those you meet. Find ways to gain more patience. Breathe. Let go of those things that make you impatient. Life's delays are not life's denials. Because you don't get it at this moment, it will come. If it's very important to you, it will come. In time, it will come. Learn to turn inward. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Let no thing come between you and your meditation. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing. Thank you for the blessing of your presence, for the blessing of your meditative energies. Namaste. And now, if you wish to stay for just a moment, I would like to offer a prayer for those who have transitioned this morning. There's another person near the temple who has transitioned this morning. So if we could just say an Om Shanti together, that would be beautiful. Just focus your attention at your sun center. And call upon all the powers that be. And let us send forth our blessings to all who are in need at this moment. To those whose loved ones have left the earth. For them and their loved ones, that they be blessed. Om Shanti. 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 for those who are coming to the earth plane, that they and their loved ones be blessed as they enter this realm. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For all of those who are starting new adventures, new times of life, may they have that which they need with ease and harmony. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For all of those souls who at this moment, whose minds may be filled with fear, with confusion, with sorrow, send forth this light that their way may be eased. May the anger be dissolved, the fear, the confusion, the sadness, and replaced with Anandic bliss. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For all of those who are having to make decisions about major life events, may their way be cleared. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For your loved ones, hold them in the light that they might have that which they need. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And now lift up any prayer request that you have individually, anything that you wish us to pray for. Hold it forth as golden light. Hold it in your mind's eye. If you wish to speak your prayer request out loud, unmute your line and do so. If not, we will simply hold the requests up in the light before we chant. Holding your needs up in the light, radiate forth the Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. That which you have done for another, you have done even more so for yourself. As thou hast become a greater blessing unto life, develop your skills, learn, 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 and become an ever greater blessing unto all of those who enter your aura. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.